When should I start automating parts of my business? Well, it should have been yesterday or right when you started, but guess what? If you haven't done any of that yet, you're not too late to the punch. I could tell you now that you could still automate parts of your business and they're still gonna be good. So let's get into it. So ultimately, what should you automate and when? Anything that deals with business inside your processes, your systems, anything like that could be automated. But what's the right thing to automate and when do you automate, right? Because what is a right strategy for automating business tasks so you save time and you save money without losing human touch too early? So according to certain studies that are out there, automating businesses early on, there's two things that could happen here. You do too much automation and you're spending too much time trying to automate versus building and getting going and then finding the right automation later, or vice versa. You know, they might tell you, depending on the study, hey, go in and look at the automation first and select all these automations and run with it. You may not know what you don't know until you know it. So instead of focusing on running first, get to walking. And when you walk and you go through the manual process, then you say, okay, here's a manual process. Now I need to do an automation for this and actually automate it. So what's gonna happen? Automation is about freeing up your time and focusing on high value work. If you're not focusing on high value work and you're focused on redundant tasks, then there's a problem. I said this before. If anything that you do 4 more times, you should make a video of it, make an SOP about it, delegate it, and automate it. Just like that. Delegate it, automate it. Signs that you're ready to automate could be you're doing repetitive tasks that are manual every day. Errors are happening because of manual work. You can define processes clearly. These are things, if you have processes that have problems, automate those, right? Get an SOP in line. If there's something you're doing online, like posting content or making videos or certain things like that, there's a process, there's ability to automate it, especially now with AI bots and certain AI tools that you can use, AI agents. There's many things that you can automate. There's a video process, for instance, that we used to take a video, we used to put it in a folder, have somebody edit it, I would check it, somebody else edits it, then we make a thumbnail. Look at that entire process automated with Trello. Upload a video somewhere and it goes through the process the entire way. I can see what videos are in what part of the process, and then they come out at the end, they have a manager approval. If I like it, boom, we're good, it goes on. If not, I bring it back over here and then the process continues and then I review it again. So I'm really checking at maybe 3 points of the process, not every 7 steps or 10 steps, regardless of what the process is. That's part of automation. Right? APIs, webhooks, this is all automation in the web world. Obviously, if you have manufacturing businesses and certain things like that, automation is going to be different because you got to build the machine for that. And so if you could define the processes early, you'll be better off. Now, what would you automate? And what are some of the first automations that you should have? Lead capture, follow-up emails, appointment scheduling, and simple customer support. FAQ bots, chat bots, and order fulfillment notifications. I mean, that's a given, right? And I say that because this is the best setup for success. And ironically enough, this entire block of things that I just mentioned, this is what I automate in my businesses and what we have programs that are designed around: Virtual Scaling Accelerator and Veteran System. Why? Because the Veteran System, video editing, transcription editing, rearranging, arrangement, navigation, and ultimately systematize. What this is it starts with X amount, 100 videos, simple questions. We syndicate the content. We build that out in the chat bots. We build that out in the FAQs. We put that in the email sequences. That goes on the websites. It syndicates itself on content, socials. I mean, it's literally a spider web of things that happen from it. And the best part about it is it's one time recording a series of videos that we work with you on, that we go over 2 days. And we say, here's the questions, here's the short videos, here's a green screen, boom, you pop it in, you do the content, we get it edited, and we give it to you. So these are things that will tremendously help your business in doing everything I talked about in the earlier videos. Batch processing, batch work, marketing, all of it. It falls just in line with everything that I'm talking about here. So appointment scheduling. I personally do not give my calendar out to anybody. Why? Because I like having control of my time, when and where. Now, my VAs or other people that work with me, they do have calendars. You should do the same for your business. With Calendly and everything else now, or all these other calendars, it should be easy to do the process. Put your calendar online. Maybe it's not public. Maybe it's a link somebody shares when they ask for it, or somebody gives it out. But that takes care of back and forth emails talking about scheduling. Here's the hours I'm available. You pick, you as the customer, you handle this. Our veteran system framework, the same thing. Customer on their time takes a look at the videos. People that are coming into the business on their time take a look at the videos. They're leveraging their time to utilize their time for reviewing content. It's not the other way around where we're having to guide them through it and do this. Our average cart values go up, people understand the products better, and we have a breadth of knowledge online, and people see that so they can know, like, and trust us. They get those data points and those visual points of how many touch points do you need with a business? 10 to 14, I think it is now, regardless of the number, let's say 12 or more. They're getting that on the video, they're getting that in the emails, they're getting that in the content, and they're know, liking, and trust us, which means they're likely to do business with us more than the competitors who do not do that. So simple customer support, FAQ, chatbots, all of that should be there. Don't have people bog down your lines, right? Your phone lines for something like this. Lead capture should definitely be there, right? Picking up the phone, you should have automated phone answering service, or somebody that's only dedicated to answering the phone, like in the Philippines and Mexico or somewhere else that's there 24/7. If your business is 24/7, if not, during business hours, it can immediately answer the phone within 2 rings. No question about it. You're gonna be one step ahead of the game of a company that doesn't, that picks up the phone every other call, right? If you answered every call, you're gonna get more business than them and probably get more sales. It's just the likelihood of numbers. So anyways, the tools on these are going to be Zapier, MailChimp, Calendly, ActiveCampaign. You have Go High Level, ClickFunnels, ClickUp. I mean, there's so many of these that can do this, right? AppyPie, I can name so many that we use. I could tell you what, the faster that you could set up automations, the better you are. I have businesses right now that we're setting up email campaigns for cold outreach and how to handle these replies that are coming back that are growing an email list. And I'm not worried about it. The email list isn't growing right now, but when it starts growing, we're gonna be getting 10,000 to 40,000 people on this list per month. And so I'm not worried about it. I'm taking more time to get the automations right so that when we start going hard on it, guess what? We're at a better run and we're gonna do better down the road because it's all automated and I just need to check it at that point, right? So just know this, automation does not replace relationships, it supports them. Don't ever replace the relationship with automation. Don't make people feel like a number, they're customers. They should feel as such. And the second that they feel like a number, they're probably gonna go to another business that treats them like a customer that you didn't. So make sure that the relationship always stays there and that the automation supports it and it doesn't turn them into a number. Don't automate what you haven't first manually perfected. Ironic I'm talking about this now because I said it at the very beginning of the video. Manually perfect something and then automate it. If you have questions, there's consultants, there's programs. We have our virtual scaling accelerator where we talk about automating stuff. Virtual veterans program, we talk about automating stuff. These are things and processes and consulting that we provide you, including our free group and our school group that you can access, that we talk about it in there as well. So just don't automate what you have not manually perfected. I'm repeating that, but I want to make sure that you know that. So the smart takeaway with this is what? Smart automation saves time without losing personal touch to customers' value. So the next one, we're going to be talking about something really cool here, and you're going to want to stay tuned for it. So I'll see you in the next video.